Another thing we wanted to take a look at is the Washington Post has a new in-depth report about the way, especially Jared Kushner, but also Donald Trump himself, has profited off of their deep ties and relationship with Saudi Arabia. I mean, this has major implications for the foreign policy of their administration in the past, also major implications for what their foreign policy would be if they end up back in the White House. Let's go ahead and put this up on the screen. Some of this covers things we've covered before, but it goes into great depth, and there's additional detail. The headline is, after helping princes rise, Trump and Kushner benefit from Saudi funds. An investment fund overseen by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is backing ventures that profit the former president and his senior advisor, raising questions of conflict. Now, you all will recall, under the Trump administration, Kushner in particular, and some of these details are really revealed for the first time in this report, he was the one who was really pushing Trump to cozy up to the Saudi Arabian government and especially to MBS. He was the one who, Trump initially didn't want Saudi to be his first foreign trip. Kushner was the one who really kind of put the screws to him and pushed him to do that. And now, potentially in exchange, MBS has really bailed Kushner out of some difficult financial straits and funded almost all of this $2 billion fund that Kushner raised. Let me read you a little bit of what this says, because the details here are stunning. They say the day after leaving the White House, Jared Kushner created a company that he transformed months later into a private equity firm with $2 billion from a sovereign wealth fund chaired by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Kushner's firm structured those funds so they didn't have to disclose the source, according to previously unreported details of SEC forms reviewed by the Washington Post. His business used a commonly employed strategy that allows many equity firms to avoid transparency about funding sources, something I would argue we should probably change. On Trump's side, they talk about how a year after his presidency, Trump's golf courses, they began hosting tournaments for the Saudi fund-backed Live Golf. Separately, the former president's family company, the Trump Organization, they secured an agreement with a Saudi real estate company that plans to build a Trump hotel as part of a $4 billion golf resort in Oman. They also talk about here how Trump acknowledges that he bailed MBS out, especially with regards to the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. He said in a recorded interview, quote, "I saved his ass," according to the Trump tapes by Post associate editor Bob Woodward. He refused to endorse the CIA's conclusion. He equivocated about Mohammed's involvement. He opposed releasing of the report and vetoed a congressional bill to block arms sales to the kingdom. The president sent Mike Pompeo, who had replaced Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State, to meet with the prince and remind him of his debt. By the way, Kushner has also reportedly raised at least another $500 million from his company from unknown international investors since he filed his SEC form last year. He has not identified the source of that money. And just to put the numbers in stark relief here, let's go ahead and put this up on the screen. As of last year, Kushner's firm reported that $2.51 billion out of $2.54 billion under management came from foreign sources. $2 billion of that from directly from MBS, more or less. I mean, we've talked here before about the fact that the review board for this investment initially were like, no, we don't think that Jared Kushner has the skill set. He's not qualified. We don't want to invest this money with him. And MBS came in over the top and basically made this investment happen. So it is a disgusting, disgusting display. I mean, the most direct example you can possibly imagine of like the intermingling of politics, foreign affairs, and personal wealth and, corruption.
Straight pay to play. Kushner is going to personally pocket $25 million in management fees just off the Saudi money alone. All right, so that's it. Fantastic wealth coming straight off of the MBS relationship that he built in the White House. There's no way to describe. This is as corrupt as it possibly gets. It is just as bad as Hunter Biden. It is just as bad as Chelsea Clinton sitting on the board of Expedia or whatever, because she's very qualified, of course. That's exactly why. I mean, every time I look at these and you have these relations who are of people who are in power, the level of brazenness that they are allowed to get away with is outrageous. And here's the crazy part, guys. This is totally legal. It's all legal, but that doesn't make it right $2.51 billion in foreign. Is anybody in the United States willing to give this guy money? No, because we all know he's an idiot. So he has to go, abroad.
There's a reason why 2.51 of the 2.54
I did the math.
is all raised overseas.
That is 98.8%. And by the way, he is the son-in-law, technically, of a billionaire, right? So if by this, it doesn't even look like his own wife will give him his money. Like people will give him money. People giving him money are the Saudis and possibly some other oligarchs.
We didn't even want to do it until the Crown
Yes.
Prince literally was like, "No, you're gonna give Jared what he asked for."
Look, let the money sink in. He's getting filthy rich off of his time in the White House.
Just ask yourself this:
Yeah.
if they end up back in the White House with Trump making whatever he's making from Live Golf and Jared with his $2 billion in the fund. You think they're really going to be first and foremost concerned about whatever the American interest is with regards to the Saudis? Come on. You don't think this is going to impact their decision making? You don't think that this possibility impacted their decision making last time around? I don't think anyone could tell you with a straight face that this has no impact on the way that they will ultimately conduct their foreign policy with, a nation that is both very important and with which we have somewhat of a fraught relationship at the moment. I mean, this isn't some bit player. This is a major player, especially when it comes to energy and the price of gas at the pump. So it's disgusting, and we cannot focus on it possibly enough because it is such a brazen example of pay to play. Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.